Hello, everyone, and today is Tuesday. We're really excited to see these free paintings that you are going to do. It's up to you what you want to paint. The topic is open, but just make sure it's within the guidelines of school. But I really am excited to see these pieces. And when you decide to start to look at a different media and decide to explore that media, you want to try to learn more about it, maybe there's something you want to do, or maybe you want to, when you go to school, maybe you would want to minor in art or you want to major in art. But like I said, it's just really something that's really fun to explore when you take time to learn about a different media. Painting is very relaxing. I mean, it's soothing. A lot of people enjoy it. They have paint parties now. So, like I said, it's really interesting to learn about a new type of media. Now, as far as what you want to paint, like I said, just think about what's important to you or what you want to. It's just, or it could just be fun. That's the cool thing about paint and art. Art is subjective. It's fun. So, the question that we're asking with our essential question, how can we create a successful composition by using paint? And the way that you do that is you just going to come up with your design. You're going to implement that design by actually making your painting. And you're just going to evaluate and see how your painting is going. You're going to see if it's successful. And today I want you to comment on your classmates' work. Tell them some things they did well, some things they should improve on. Talk about your piece as well, as we normally do, and some things you should improve on and some things that went well. And I'm really, really excited about this. Hopefully, we can put some of these in the virtual art gallery and just let everybody see your work. And we have some talented students here at THS. So I'm very proud of you all, your progress. Now realize that we do have Thanksgiving break. So that means that when you come back, you're going to have 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks, we're going to get ready for the exam. We're going to have to cover, I believe we need to cover pop art. That's one of the movements we need to cover. And I'm trying to think, is there another one? I think we're missing one more. But I'm going to check and make sure we have everything covered for the exam. We're going to start preparing, making sure we're prepared for that and go from there. So I'm just really excited to see these pieces and watch this video on this really super hypo realistic eye that this oil painter did. Okay.
This oil painting time lapse where I paint a super close-up of a realistic eye. If you're no stranger to my channel, you've likely seen many eye paintings from me. They're one of my favorite subjects to paint and draw, and I'm not the only one because there's literally hundreds of thousands of artists, probably millions, who are also fascinated by them. I really enjoy observing and photographing the world up close in macro. I think it gives such an interesting angle that you don't really see with the naked eye alone. I've done a couple droplet paintings super up close, and I thought it would be interesting to try and paint an eye in this way as well. Because of you-know-what and quarantine, I couldn't exactly shove a camera lens into anyone's eyeball, so I decided to shove a camera lens into my own eyeball, or up to my own eyeball, and use that as my reference. I started with creating an underpainting of all the shapes and some of the basic values using a diluted layer of burnt umber and titanium white. I let this dry for several days and then came back to work on the second layer, which is the first color layer, also known as color blocking. When it came to painting the iris, I used mostly some burnt umber, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, cadmium red light, phthalo green, and titanium white, using all of those colors mixed in different ratios to replicate the colors that appear in the iris. I'm not focusing on painting any precise details with the first color layer, I'm just trying to lay out the major colors where I see them in my reference. I'm using more browns for the color around the pupil, and more earthy yellows and olive greens for the outer section and the limbal ring. The sclera, or whites of the eyes, is actually never truly white, otherwise we would all look like scary robots. Typically, the whites in the eyes can be painted with more of a tinted gray with some very faint blues, purples, pinks, even some yellows. It all just depends on the kind of lighting your subject is in, their individual eyes. It's going to be a little bit different every time, and there's no exact formula to get the right color. You just have to figure that out with every new painting, every new portrait, but it does become easier to figure out all those colors the more you practice. After I finished color blocking, I let the painting dry and then went for layer 3, which is where I focus on details, building on what I've already done, glazing, and correcting any mistakes. This is usually my favorite part of any painting because for me personally, I feel like I have so much more direction having already done the more difficult part of starting the piece, and now is when I can really bring everything to life more. I spent about 2.5 hours painting the details on the iris and the reflection before getting tired of staring at it, and then I left it to dry once again. A lot of the process is just gradually adjusting and reshaping things until I'm okay with how they look. At this point is where I was wondering why I chose to do this in the first place, because veins in general just kind of make me feel queasy sometimes, especially eye veins, and so I'm sitting there wondering why I chose to do this to myself, but it's fine, I got through it. Although this is an extremely sped up view on my process, I also have a real-time version along with my palette explaining which colors I'm mixing and all my brushstrokes along the way, and there's currently 4 hours of that available on my Patreon page for only $5. I included the reference image I used, and you get access to all my other real-time demonstrations as well. I improvised and made up the eyelashes as I went along because in my reference they were actually blurry and out of focus. Thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you a beautiful and inspiring day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.
All right. All right, guys, that was such a beautiful painting. Really, really beautiful work. So I'm looking forward to seeing your work. It doesn't have to be super hyper realistic, but I always want to show you some of the best so that way you can always strive to do better. And that's something that I try to do as well. I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving. Take this time to, reflect and enjoy your family, and just realize that we all have something to be thankful for. Okay. And dealing with all the stuff that we're dealing with, we're just thankful to be alive. So I just wanted to encourage you on that with that today, and to let you know that I'm looking forward to seeing you when we come back, and we're going to finish strong, and we're going to get ready for exams, and we have 2 more weeks after you come back, and our exams is the week of let's share that with you all. Our exam is the December, the week of December the 14th. So we're going to aim those next 2 weeks, and we're going to push hard and get done, and looking forward to seeing these pieces. And don't forget to comment on your classmates' work. Thanks for all you do.